Dear viewers, this is the final part of our discussion on the intersections between post-structuralism and postmodernism. In this section, we will explore the concept of the absence of closure and bring our analysis to a close. Both post-structuralism and postmodernism fundamentally reject the idea of closure, favoring instead ambiguity, contradiction, and open-endedness. This resistance to finality or resolution is not merely a stylistic choice, but a profound philosophical stance that permeates literature, philosophy, art, and even architecture. At its core, this view challenges the notion that meaning can be fixed or absolute. Instead, meaning is seen as provisional, contingent, and always in flux. One of the most influential articulations of this idea comes from Derrida, whose concept of difference encapsulates the endlessly deferred nature of meaning. According to Derrida, language never arrives at a final, complete signification. Rather, it functions through a chain of signifiers in which meaning is always postponed. Words refer not to stable concepts but to other words, creating an infinite regress when a proposition or explanation depends on another, which in turn depends on another, and so on, without ever reaching a foundational starting point. Derrida asserts that meaning is never fully present because each word points to another word which points to another indefinitely. This process undermines the traditional quest for absolute truth or interpretive certainty. In this light, closure is not only elusive, it is an illusion. This theoretical perspective finds powerful expression in postmodern literature. Italo Calvino's "If on a winter's night a traveler" exemplifies the refusal of narrative closure through its fragmented metafictional structure. The novel begins again and again, each time offering a different story that remains unfinished, thereby drawing attention to the process of storytelling rather than its resolution. The reader is positioned not as a passive recipient of a unified plot, but as an active participant in a narrative maze, perpetually denied a final conclusion. The novel destabilizes traditional expectations of plot and character development, aligning closely with the post-structuralist ethos. Franz Kafka's The Trial similarly embodies his absence of resolution and definitive meaning. The protagonist, Joseph K., is arrested and prosecuted by a mysterious, impenetrable legal system without ever learning the nature of his crime. The narrative proceeds through a series of surreal and bureaucratic encounters, yet no clear judgment or conclusion is reached. Kafka offers no closure, not for the character, not for the reader. This ambiguity and sense of deferred understanding mirrors Derrida's notion of difference, where meaning is endlessly delayed and certainty remains out of reach. Kafka's work prefigures many post-structuralist concerns and remains a foundational text for understanding the anxiety of unresolved meaning. Similarly, the works of Samuel Beckett, particularly The Unnameable and Waiting for Godot, demonstrate recursive structures and unresolved endings that defy narrative finality. His characters often seem trapped in loops of speech or action, seeking meaning that never arrives. These unresolved states not only reflect existential uncertainty but also echo the linguistic and philosophical ambiguities underscored by Derrida. Before we conclude, it's important to recognize that postmodernism is closely connected to poststructuralism, which either evolves into it or provides its theoretical foundation. Both movements place language at the center of their critique, challenging traditional certainties and emphasizing its self referential nature. They share a profound skepticism toward grand narratives and universal truths, rejecting fixed meanings and the notion of objective reality. Instead, they promote a fragmented, decentralized view of knowledge, one that embraces multiplicity, ambiguity, and diverse interpretations. This shared outlook underscores the fluid and constructed nature of meaning, reshaping contemporary thought across philosophy, culture, and the arts. Thank you very much.